Good evening, everybody. All one of you. We'll wait for a couple more folks to show up. If they do show up. If not, I will be talking to myself. There's Shayla making lemonade from lemons. That's my home chick right there. It's me. It's me. It's Ernest T. I was like Barney Fife's response to that. He's a nut. Wearing my Baker Creek hat. Like D told me I should. Feels weird that I feel like it's hiding my eyes. I'm just not used to wearing hats. So how are you doing, Shayla? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. I mean, I talk to you on Marco every day, but it feels like we haven't like talk. I think we've both been busy with stuff. Some good, some bad. There's Mama Z. My Texas fam. West Side. I'm Favorite Explorer. How are you? Duncan 1900. Brenda, how are you? Always good seeing you. Actually, I don't know why I made you a mod, to be quite honest. Can never have too many mods. Just make it rain blues. Hey, Quirky Quarter Acre, how you doing? I'm We're doing decent. I mean, we've got stuff that's been poopy the last couple days, but you know, we're hanging in there, and the garden's going swimmingly. I've been wanting to put out a video, but my normal laptop's in the shop. I'm using a secondary one right now, which is not a good one for video editing. I thought about trying, but I'm so busy this week, it's not worth the frustration. So it looks like it can handle lives okay. The video is a lot more grainy, I noticed, but I should have my laptop back next week, theoretically. And then I've been filming, so I've got footage. I don't have to worry about that part, but I just don't have videos. Yeah, weeds are my bane right now. I've got the beds pretty cleared out, but it's around the beds that's the issue. And I've got some weeds that are probably shoulder height right now in one part of my garden that I'm trying to decide, do I want to weed whack them or just knock them over so that the roots can either rot or help build up the soil, and then maybe put mulch and soil on top of that and plant my corn, because I still gotta get my corn in. I haven't done that yet. Papa Z, hello. And I don't know how to trim trees. We're on our second year of fruit trees, and I know that the apple trees you're supposed to trim in the winter, which ours I don't think need trimming yet. But the peach trees, I'm told you can trim anytime, and I think ours definitely need it. I might show them because I'm going to do a garden walkthrough video, which I do one a month, and I don't know what to trim. I don't know the methodology behind trimming. I saw some of my peach tree leaves are going yellow. I don't know what causes that. So that's stuff I got on. Christy Beth, hello. So if anybody knows anything about tree trimming, I need to be educated on it. So feel free to let me know. Piling yours on top of cardboard to build soil. Yeah. This is a regular tree. Okay. My dad says we have a mulberry out back that I didn't realize we had. So I'm anxious to see if it really is one. Now that it's got its leaves, I can probably do a plant identification to be sure. But I would love some mulberries. Yeah, tree trimming feels like a little bit more of a science than I'm used to. Which, I mean, gardening in itself is entirely a science that like. If you think about when we start gardening, like we probably were taught gardening when we were kids, and then we did some gardening as teenagers, and then we maybe got really into gardening in our 30s. And if you think about all the years or the chances you have to get it right, it's really not that many times. Like if you garden from, let's say, 30 to 70, that gives you 40 times to get it right. You get 40 seasons. Now, some people can do succession planting and do multiple crops, so you get a little bit more, but it's really not that many times to get it right. And I feel like every year I learn one new thing, but I wish I would learn it all so I could have a successful 40 years of gardening and not, maybe I get it right when I'm 60. I do a lot. I do a lot. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder, thinking through my thought processes, whether I have like this obsessive compulsive personality that is making me feel like if I'm not overwhelmingly busy, then I'm not doing enough. Because Donald's the exact opposite. Donald is very much, I'll sit and play video games all day and I'll do my chores, but there's not a whole lot of like beyond that. Like he's got a good job and he wants to start this composting business, but I'm not entirely sure that he's at that place yet. So me, when I hear he wants to start this business, I've already got a brochure designed. I've already got a website started. I've already got the subscription system in place for it. Even though it's not my project. I mean, I guess partly my project, but it's just how my brain works. It's obsessive. Quirky says, I cut down some elderberry and heard a collective groan in my head, but a giant elderberry came with the place. Yeah, my elderberry, like, I actually have a question for you guys. For those of you familiar with elderberry, mine got the beautiful white elder flowers. And it had a lot of like aphids on it, and then we had a lot of ladybugs come and eat it, and now there's hardly any aphids at all, which is great. But now all the flowers have fallen. Does that mean it's not going to produce berries? Do they come from the flowers? There might be a couple of flowers left, but I'm like, did I just miss out on my elderberry season? Like, does anybody know how that works? This is my first year actually getting a significant amount of berries. So. Christy says, I'm 63 and you don't want to think about it. I hear you. But I'll tell you what, Ruth Stout, I think she started gardening in her 40s. And she gardened up into her 90s at least, easily. And that Ruth Stout method, I mean, she's a champ. I love her video. I just love her and her gardening methods. So the Ruth Stout method, I'm all about it. The petals fall, but it should still make berries. Takes a while. Yeah, I was planning on like maybe trying to drape it with a net to protect it from the birds. But what I was going to do when I started to see the berries come is I was going to go out every morning really early and collect even if just a few berries and then put them in the freezer and then do that every morning and have that be part of a morning routine. But then I saw the flowers fall and I'm like, I mean, I lost all my berries, but you've renewed my hope. So hopefully I'll still get berries. Flowers do smell good though. My honeysuckle's in full bloom right now. It smells amazing. Loving it. Don't forget to get those thumbs up in. I see we got 4. Of course, I don't know how accurate the screen is for me comparatively. So I did want to show off my new hat that Baker Creek sent over. This was from Lumna. 𝙒𝘼𝑔𝑚𝑛𝑡 the not Hollywood, Newlywed Challenge. Donald and I participated in that a couple months ago. They gave me this cool hat as a prize for participation and a reusable bag, which is really thick. Like, it's a good quality bag. So this is probably going to be one of my gathering bags, which I'm kind of excited about. So that was a gift from 𝙒𝘼𝑔𝑚𝑛𝑡/Bigger Creek. There's Donald. He's excited. He loves Thursday evenings because this is his Friday, so we're off tomorrow and Saturday. And tomorrow I think it's supposed to be 84, but I think Saturday it's going to be 72 and gorgeous, and I'm going to love every minute of it. I also wanted to do a shout out to family. I don't think they're in here yet, but I got a smudge magnet for my fridge to Family Homestead. So cool. And Mary also made me a mask with music notes and guitars. How cool is that? I love it. I could wear it for my live, but I feel like it would be a little weird. I'm just all decked out now. You guys are making me all fancy. But isn't that cool? Little guitars and music notes from Two Family. I love that. It's so awesome. Sherry's so awesome. She takes care of everybody in the homesteading community. Big Blue House, how are you? I'm trying to watch, but it keeps spinning. I have horrible internet. It could also be, well, I wonder if it's also this laptop. I was talking about earlier, I'm on a secondary laptop. I'm watching my fingers spin, and it is a little slow. And the screen got less fuzzy and is now more, I don't know. This is not my normal laptop. Hopefully that will be by. Oh, there it goes. Now it's frizzy again. Next week, I might have my normal laptop back. So I was also mentioning earlier, because I'm on this laptop rather than my other one, I haven't been able to put out any videos because this one cannot handle, at least I don't think it can handle, or it will frustratingly handle video editing. I've taken a lot of footage, so I will be putting out videos once I get the laptop back. Theoretically, I'd like to get it back tomorrow. The fan went up on it by the power supply, so it kept shutting down because it would get too hot. The problem is it's a very high-end laptop. I put a lot of money into it because it's my business laptop, and there's nobody that sells those fans except in China. So they had to order it from China, which takes at least 2 weeks. I think it said 7 to 17 days, and that was, I think Friday will be 2 weeks. So I would like for it to arrive tomorrow because I don't think it'll take long to replace it, and then I can pick it up. But they did replace the hard drive on the secondary one, so I could at least run this. And I can still do about 80% of what I do for business. It's just I can't do video editing. And I do that for business too. Although I have a video editing app on my phone that works okay. But we've got videos on, we're going to do a video film tomorrow on garden updates because we try to do them once a month. The potatoes are going fantastic. We still do not have all the potatoes planted, but that is the goal this weekend. We've still got probably 15 pounds of potatoes to put in the barrels. I don't know if you guys saw the video of the barrels that we were doing as an experiment, but they're going so good. I can't wait to show you guys that. We'll have a lot of potatoes. And the tomatoes are doing decent. My black crims are a little iffy, and that's my favorite, so I'm going to be devastated if I lose them. They're still there. They're just kind of like, they feel stunted a little. I'm hoping we got some rain last night. When we go out tomorrow, because I didn't get a chance to look at them today. Yeah, they'll perk up, maybe. We butchered chickens this week. Actually, Tuesday. Donald was off. It was like 90 degrees out. So we butchered chickens. The problem is, one of our sad news that I was going to talk about on the live is we had Sunday night, I want to say it was. Something came and took almost a quarter of our chickens. We think it was a coyote. And it was because the chickens are not, where we had the chickens at, is not well protected like our normal flock. So I want to say they grabbed like 7 chickens in a night. And I mean, they're gone. It's not like we found 1 corpse, I think Donald said, but the rest were just gone. So I don't think it was a raccoon. It could have been, but I don't think it would have been that many. We've had raccoon problems before, and it's usually like 1. It could have been a fox, but again, usually that's only like 1. Now, I have had a raccoon come and kill a whole flock of peeps before, or pullets, like really small chickens. But I've never seen a raccoon carry off more than 1 or 2. So 7 in one night, that sucked. It's not as bad as Samson Farms, who lost like all but 3 of his meat chickens in a night to a dog, like a dog that's out. But so, I mean, what sucks is it was only 2 days before we were planning to butcher. I'm like, so we still got like 13 killed, and they're all bagged up. And what we usually do for bagging, I did try to film a little bit of it, but I'm a little wary about putting blood and guts on YouTube. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But we don't have a plucker, so my chickens are not as clean as normal chickens. I'd like to get a plucker. That's a goal within the next year or so. And we bag them up by getting the 2-gallon Ziploc bags from Giant, and then we just double bag with those. And those work great. We actually got that tip from another farm here locally that we used to buy honey from. So we don't have one of those, what do you call those ones that suck the air out? What are those called? We don't have those. We just have the double 2-gallon Ziploc bags from Giant, and those work really well. Quirky Quarter Acre says, could have been a raccoon family. They probably have young. They're teaching that. It could have been. It could have been. We did kill a raccoon. I think it was a month ago. I made the mistake of posting about that on Facebook, and I got all kinds of people preaching at me about how I shouldn't kill raccoons because they're feeding their babies. And I'm like, I'm going to feed my baby, as in me and my family. So no, that's not going to work at all. And it was literally 10 feet from me trying to kill one of my guineas. So something was going to die that night. I just rather it have been something that wasn't mine. Yeah, vacuum seal, that's what it is. You're in the city, but back up to the woods. Heard the coyotes. Yeah, we're kind of, like, we're in Gettysburg, and it's a mile from the square, which is a really nice small town. But, I mean, once you get about half a mile out of the square, it's rural. So we do have, like, a couple 100 acres behind us. There's like 1 or 2 houses, maybe 3 back there. But one of the guys right behind us, he has trail cams out because he's a hunter and he hunts his land. He's got like 30 acres or something. And he sent me a video once I talked about the coyotes, and it was of a coyote in his backyard. And I'm like, oh, well, there you go. We'll steal all your corn when it's ready. I've heard that. I haven't had it happen yet, but I don't usually plant corn. My dad does. He's not planting this year because he's getting up in age. So this is going to be my first time personally planting corn. Now, I've been told that if you plant cucumbers with your corn, it kind of acts like how the 3 sisters with the beans and the squash. And I do still plan to do the beans and the squash too. But they don't like the prickly of the cucumbers. And that helps deter them. I might try it on half and other half do beans and see which one does better. But we are putting a fence around the property, but it's not going to be done by the time this season is done, I don't think. And it's not going to be raccoon proof. It's just going to be deer proof, which was honestly our biggest issue in the garden has been deer, because they come and they eat the tops off all my carrots, the tops off of all my tomatoes. They start getting into my cabbage. And that's probably our biggest pest. Our second biggest is the cabbage worm. They eat the crap out of all my brassicas. Now, Whoop's Head Farm and Forge, or Forge and Farm, sent me a birthday present. No, it was a Christmas present, which is like a black netting that I might put over my cabbage once they get a little larger, and see if that helps get the cabbage worms off there. We did have a trail cam, but I think it's old and needs replacing. I might try to see if it'll still work. I might put fresh batteries in it. I actually have a footage of a fox a couple years ago. We had a snap trap out by our peacocks because we used to keep our guineas in there, and they kept getting our guineas. And we do still have our peacocks, but it got caught in the snap trap, and I'm thinking my dad just didn't anchor it down well enough, and it ran off with the snap trap. And I have not seen it since. It's got to be back there in the woods somewhere. So, I'm not quite sure. Like, we have a big live trap that we usually put like sardines in, and that's how we catch our rabbits. I keep saying rabbits, raccoons. And that works pretty well. They like sardines. But I don't know that I've caught a fox in one before. Donald might remember if we have. I know he shot one that actually was in our chicken coop, like just sitting there hanging out and panting at him. And he's like, all right, he shot him. Foxes are buttheads. I mean, I love animals, but not when they're killing my animals. Hey, J-Love. Sorry, my nose is all itchy today. So the other bad news that we had, besides losing 7 chickens in a night to something, coyote, raccoon, something, is Sam died. I don't know if you guys remember the video of Sam. He's our rooster that we took in as a misfit because he was being abused. I don't want to say abused. He was getting beat up on another farm. They couldn't keep him. So we usually take in all the misfit animals that people can't keep anymore. So I've gotten all kinds of, like, I've got a silkie back there that I've never raised silkies before. I don't want silkies. But we took it in because it needed a home. And Sam was one of those. And he was the one that got beat up and was all bloody in that one video that we put out 2 months ago. And he died. And I'm not sure why, because it seems like he starved himself to death. He was really small. You couldn't tell he was smaller because of the feathers, but Donald said when you pick him up, he was just really light. And he just was not acting himself at all. And he did put some food in front of him. He did eat at one point in time, but he just got into a nesting box and died. And that was it. So, poor Sam. I like to think we gave him a good run of it here, though. But he was kind of like our mascot right now. We had Sam and Dean was our duck. They came together. They were like best friends. Dean got ate like 2 months ago, and now Sam just died not eating for some reason. So that's kind of our sad news. It's not like massively sad news, but it's pretty sad. You lose all these chickens, and then you lose your pet rooster that you say hi to every morning, and it's like, well, that sucks. But other than that, the garden's doing well. He could have missed Dean, but he had a lot of ladies. All to himself. So I think he was plenty socialized, I guess. I'm not sure what happened. It's definitely a mystery to us what happened. Why, starve yourself, bro. So we're going to put Mad Mortigan back in with the chickens. He was our small rooster that was the one that actually beat Sam up in that video. So he's a good protector. He's smaller than Sam, but we're going to move him back over and let him be the protector for now. We really want to get an Americana rooster, I think, but we'll see. There's Tia Family. I was just showing off my cool stuff. My mask that you made me with the guitars and the music notes and my cool smudge dun, 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 to go on my fridge. I need to get one with Court, and they can be best friends. Court and Smudge. Smudge and Court. See, that sounds like a good children's book right there. Smudge and Court. Christy says, it always hits me hard when I lose an animal. It hits me hard, too, for certain animals. The meat chickens, it's more of a frustration. And we loved the meat chickens because they were so adorable. And I actually have footage of them I'm still going to put it out, even though I can't edit videos right now until I get my laptop back. It's going to be a little weird putting it out, even though they're already butchered. But I have footage of one of the meat chicken roosters. I guess he's going through rooster puberty or something, trying to crow, and I thought that was cute. So I'll still use that footage, I guess. But the goats, we lost a goat the first year we got goats, and it was, to me, it was like one of the most worst ways you could lose a goat. He got listeriosis, which is like a brain nerve sickness, and they barely ever recover from it. I mean, you can, but it's probably a process. That there's no way. I was only owning goats for like 5 or 6 months, so I wasn't aware of all the things that should be done. I had a friend come over that has had goats for years, and she did all that she could. But the amount of suffering was hard. Donald says we're going to get an Americana, Black Australorp, and Special Sussex Rooster. Yes, because we've kind of decided we like having the meat chickens, and I still plan to get Red Rangers or Freedom Rangers every now and then, but I don't think we're going to continue just doing those. We kind of want to do a sustainable where we can breed our own. And from what we've researched, those 3 breeds are good, or at least the Australorp and the Speckled Sussex are good dual-purpose breeds. So if we can breed our own meat chickens every year, rather than always buying the Freedom Rangers, I'll still buy them occasionally because I do love them. But I think if we do that, we can start doing our own meat chickens that way. North Star Prepsteader. Hey, Kathy. Why are you not a moderator? What was I thinking? I'm just going to add all these cool moderators. Oops. Stacy's here. If you guys don't know Stacy, she is from Yellow Rose Homestead. They are having their official wedding this weekend. And it's going to be live streamed on their channel. So they've already got the live graphic up. They've already got it scheduled. I'm so excited. I'm going to geek out on it Saturday. Simply Jan's in the house. Make you a moderator too. Christy says, my Red Rangers were small hens. They were the first to lay eggs, though. I've never had any of my Red Rangers lay eggs, but I think we maybe butchered them too soon. Normally, I mean, they say that you're supposed to let them grow for 12 weeks, but we did not. We usually let them go longer because the timing's never right. Donald just happened to have off on Tuesday, and we're like, all right, let's just butcher it. And Dad always helps with it. That's always fun. I think for Dad, it's more like a tradition in the family because we were talking while we were butchering, and it was nice because we were out under the shade. Even though it was 90 degrees, being under the trees was nice. He's like, I feel like I've been doing this for 6 years because Dad turned 70 this year. So around 10 is probably when he started helping out. I was like, yeah, that would mean I've been doing it for at least 30 years, butchering chickens, because I've been doing it since a kid as well. So that was kind of cool. Mimsy, hello. Glenda. What about Glenda? Are you talking about the one that would lay out in the everywhere where she's not supposed to? How many chickens do we have? We have at least 30 to 40, I want to say, because we've got 19-ish that were actually tomorrow. We got some new ones in February of just laying hens, in addition to the 23 meat chickens we got, which we lost 10 of. But we're going to combine them in with the big flock tomorrow. So all of that combined, I think we had like 20 or 30 in the big flock. So I'm going to say we have like 30 to 40 chickens. Am I up for another Canva class next Tuesday? Absolutely. As long as my laptop's in. Only because this laptop is not as great. And I worry trying to show stuff on this one. So I'll keep you posted. If not next week, it should definitely be the week after that I get it back. So let me know what you think about that. Mimsy, I'm always happy when you stop by. I know that not everybody can stop by for a long time. There's all kinds of lives going on. Garden for Cheap before me. Broussard's is about to start now. And I always head over to the Broussard's after this anyway and to say hi. So, and they sometimes stop here ahead of time to say hi. How did the raccoon get in? The raccoon actually didn't get in. The chickens were being free ranged during the day, and they were not locked up at the time that whatever came and got them. So the honors was kind of on us, but also like we do lock them up at night. It's just that night they came a little early. So or a dusk attack. Yeah, I want to say it was Saturday night because I think we were playing cards that night with Dad. Pete's Little Homestead, hello. I feel like I got all kinds of folks stopping by to say hi. Don't forget to your thumbs up when you come in or when you leave or something. You just dumped Canva. I had the free version. I kept getting so much advertisement. Oh, see, I don't see the advertisements because I have the paid, but I imagine they probably do increase it some. You can get ad blockers for your browser if that helps. That might help some. Oh, for those of you that just came in, sorry, Court, need that. My cool hat I got from Baker Creek, and I got a cool reusable bag from Baker Creek for participating in the Newlywed Challenge that they put out with Alumna Acres. So that's why I'm wearing it today. That and Naturally MC said I should wear it. Although it feels a little weird. I feel like I gotta keep looking at you guys like this. So many of my cool friends in here. I love it. How excited are you, Stacy, for Saturday for your wedding? I don't know about you, but I remember before my wedding, I could barely sleep. Just all the planning. Of course, I'm an over planner. I will nonstop plan something. And then after it's over, I'll think about all the things I did wrong to plan it better next time. Luckily, there's only one wedding. Our wedding was pretty decent. We got married at a campground, and we camped. I think we were camping from Wednesday or Thursday through Sunday at this campground that my friends owned. And everybody that came up, even some of Donald's family came up from Texas. They stayed at a hotel because they're not campers, but a lot of our friends pitched tents, and we all camped out. Problem was, I had gotten a U-Haul trailer to hook up to the back of one of our vehicles to carry like hay bales and pumpkins because it was a fall wedding, so I had all this fall decor. Chairs. I brought my own chairs from a local church. I want to say I brought my own tables from the local church as well. So I hauled all of that in a U-Haul. And the Thursday before the wedding, we were getting married Saturday, I lost the key to the car. It was gone. Completely gone. And I had the trailer hooked up. So I've got my trailer hooked up, and I've got no key to my car with all my wedding stuff in it. And it's a Mariner, so it's one of those, electronic keys or whatever. So I called the dealership and I tell them about it, and they say, well, if you can get it towed here, we can get you a key made the next day. And I had a free towing service, so I got it towed there. I have a service called Better World Club. It's like an eco-friendly version of AAA. And we get like 4 free tows per person per year, which is great. And they got me the key. It was like $80. I still have yet to find this other key. I know I had to drop it somewhere between the car and the house, or in the house, and has still not turned up, and it's been 5 years. So we got there last minute, and we were $80 poorer getting this new key. Like something was trying to prevent me from getting married. Yes, there's the link to Chris and Stacy's wedding video. I will be hanging out there all during the process on Saturday. So I've seen pictures of the dress that she's going to wear. She's gonna look really cute. I've seen her nails that she's already got did. She already got her nails did. So she's gonna look really cute. A right proper Southern homestead wedding. I'm very excited for them. I'm still hoping we can do HOA and do a ceremonial wedding there as well, which has already been approved by HOA, but who knows what's going to happen. I hope we still have HOA. I have too many friends I need to hang out with. I think what our plans are for this weekend. I think mostly this weekend we're going to try to finish the potatoes. Donald has to do some cleanup around the chicken coop. I've got some more things to plant that are sitting out on the deck, like basil and some sunflowers. I've got more seeds I want to put in. I got to figure out where I want to put my sweet potatoes. I've got tons of sweet potato slips, and I still have not figured out where I want to plant them. I don't know. I may just throw them in the front yard somewhere and say, have at it. All I know is they like it hot, and they like a lot of soil. Just from what I understand. Potatoes, fence, chicken coop, extra plants, groceries. Yes, we got to go grocery shopping. Donald and I are thinking about, I don't know if you guys have been aware of the Broussards have this health challenge going on. They're teaming up with Big Bear Homestead. They have a Facebook group for it. I'm in the group, but I haven't done my introductory video or post yet about it because we're still figuring out our plans. But what I'm intending to do, Donald and I were talking about this earlier, is we are going to, like, I used to be really big into nutrition. I used to want to be a holistic nutritionist, actually. And I was planning to get certified in it, and I just never did it. Money. But we've done keto. I love keto, and keto works really well. I lost 40 pounds last summer just by doing keto. The problem with keto for me is that I get really, really bad cramps in my calves to the point where I'm bawling. It's like the worst pain. It's like I can't put it into words. I don't want to deal with that pain. So despite the fact that keto works, I don't think I can do it without being in pain. So before, when Donald first moved up here, we had switched to a paleo diet. This was like 2013, 14, and loved the paleo diet. Love the food on it. Love the way it makes us feel, because when I eat a lot of bread, I feel gross and bloated. When I eat a lot of sugar, I feel gross and bloated. And then we did the Whole30, which is like a 30-day cleanse, so reset your body, and then you slowly introduce new foods to see what's causing inflammation. That's one of the books that I had bought back then on the Whole30 diet. This is a really good book. This is actually where I got the idea for my mayonnaise recipe, by the way. It's very restricted though, so it's good for a restart. But then, okay, well, how do you maintain after that? Because I'll be darned if I'm gonna live my life without ice cream. I'm just saying. So what we're thinking about doing, this is another book I had years ago. The Primal Blueprint. This guy named Mark Slice, and he's got a website called Mark's Daily Blog, or Daily Apple, Mark's Daily Apple. And it's like paleo, but it also includes dairy, essentially, if I were to oversimplify it. So we are about to start transitioning into healthier eating, meats, vegetables, fruits, theoretically raw dairy, because that's legal here in Pennsylvania. And then probably honey for Donald's allergies and as a natural sweetener or whatever. But I think we're going to try that as our work. It's not the whole plan. That's just the nutrition part of it. We still got to work out and all that stuff. So Sibley Jan says, I keep planting seeds, but now I'm running out of room. Guess Kevin will need to build a few more beds, right? You can never have too many seeds. And if it's on the internet, it's true. And therefore, he can't argue with that. So that's just me. Hey, Susan, how are you? Are you enjoying those books? We did plant a bunch of rye seed and clover mixed on that far side of the garden where Dad's side was, that we were going to do the hugel culture. And really, I think people are going to know what I'm talking about if you watch our videos where we've talked about where we're going to put hugel culture beds. We decided not to do them this year because that soil there, it's kind of like it dips and it's all clay. So when it rains, it's just a pond. So what we've done is we've put a whole bunch of wood chips there. We'll be adding more wood chips as we go. We're going to let this ryegrass and this clover grow up, and we're just going to like either put the goats on it and let them eat it and poop on it and stomp on it. But we want to let the roots stay in the ground because, one, when they eventually rot, they will add nutrients for the microbes to eat and fertilize with or whatever. But it'll help aerate the soil with the roots. It's not just going to be this flat clay. The wood chips will eventually decompose. The plants will eventually decompose. The feces from the goats will eventually decompose in there. So it's like this whole big micro system that we're trying to develop there first. And then we're going to try to plant in it. It's just, there's no point in planting in clay when you have no topsoil. And that's the whole of the problem with American agriculture, modern agriculture, is that's all they do is they just plow and till and add fertilizer, and they're not actually adding soil. They're treating their soil like dirt. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Susan says she's really enjoying her book. She loves them. That's awesome. Simply Southern says, I've had the worst garden season ever, still planting tomatoes. Oh, that sucks. What's been going on? Like pests or weather? I can tell you that there's a lot of people in the South that have had really crappy weather. Like Dee over at Natural NC got hit with a bunch of rain. I think some good stuff survived the rain, but she lost some stuff in that rain. She's in North Carolina. Gemini Hempstead got hit with a hailstorm and lost a bunch of stuff. Mimsey's garden got hit with something that killed her garden. Yeah, the late freeze kicked a lot of people's butts. And it actually hurt us a little bit too. We didn't plant, but we didn't have a greenhouse. So we had a lot of our plants inside the whole spring. And I would like take them outside when I could. I'd shoved as many in the windows as I could, but we lost a lot because they just didn't get sufficient sunlight. Because we just didn't build the greenhouse in time. Now the goal this fall is to build the greenhouse this fall when the weather's cooler and have it ready by February, because I will be planting in January and February. So Donald says, add organic matter to help water infiltration, reduce soil erosion, also help build up your soil. Yes. Add poop and other organic things. Simply said, we just finished my 126 peppers. Goodness. And over 100 tomatoes. How many acres you got, girlfriend? I want to see video of this. I got to catch up on people's videos. Orion says they finally got rain and drought, or after a long drought down in Mississippi. Yes, Making Lemonade for Lemons had a basement flood as well when they were having their flood. It's weird that NC was flooded and Mississippi was drought. Like, can we even this process out a little bit? Shayla says she also lost a lot of peppers, but the one she restarted looks great. Yeah, I lost all of my cayenne. That was the one pepper. That and sweet banana peppers are the ones that I wanted the most. Cayenne for the health benefits. I may still try to plant a cayenne. I know they take forever, but who knows? With the late freeze, we may have a late summer for all I know. So I'm going to go, you know what, after this, I'm putting it out here right now. I'm going to plant some cayenne seeds. Now, if I can find a cayenne plant at TSC, DE, let's see if they got any cayenne peppers and get some. Or we can go to the Lions Potter and see if he's got some. I want some cayenne. But my sweet banana peppers are doing okay. I have maybe 2 or 3 jalapenos that made it. And we might have had like 1 sweet pepper, but I think it died. Like, the peppers for us aren't working that great this year. Quarter Acre says their peppers are still dinky. Yeah, mine are dinky. Ramada grass took over with wet spring, replanted twice, most stuff okra and squash. Our okra's going cray-cray this year. I can't wait to show you guys. And my melons are doing pretty good. My peas are looking a little beat up, and we have to get DE because something's eating all my beans. My bean leaves got holes all over them. So I'm going to dust them. J-Love, I only had 32 tomatoes to plant. You guys are making me feel like, what did we have? We might have had 20. I don't know what I would do with that many. Although I do have a second round of tomatoes we're about to plant, which is probably another 10 or 15. But I don't know what I would do with that many tomato plants. You've cried so much, it's just not working. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where are you at, Simply Southern Roots? I forget. Quirky Quarter said I had 1 chili survivor, starting more. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to restart a lot of ours, too. You're praying for late summer. I would love to have a late summer this year. I actually plan to start my first winter garden this year. I know exactly where I'm going to put it. I still have to buy the tunnel for it, but I'm going to plant a lot of like chard and leafy greens, cauliflower and broccoli in it. I have to see when I'm supposed to plant those. I have the winter gardening handbook somewhere. But I want to try my hand at a winter garden, and I want it to be close to the house because I don't want to truck through the snow way down there into the garden in the winter. I don't want to do it. I ain't gonna do it. I want to make it easy for me, and it'd be easier for me to just walk up the hill right there. Still have over 100 to plant. Goodness. So Miss North Alabama. Oh yeah, that sucks. 30 tomatoes for second round, 32 in the first round. Last year I had 16. Wow. Quirky says my pumpkins are the star so far. I cannot believe the Cherokee Tan. It's 4 times the size of others. Now I haven't planted pumpkins yet. I think I'm about to plant those once I figure out where I want to plant them. Maybe I'll plant them near the corn, that side of the garden. I say we just have an early fall and a long fall. Well, as long as it's not like freeze weather fall, because I want stuff to grow. But yeah, maybe I'll plant some pumpkins tonight too, just to get them ready for planting out there. 40 tomatoes, wow. I would love to have 40 tomatoes, but I wouldn't know what to do with 40 tomato plants. Like all those tomatoes to process. Because I do have my canner now, thanks to Stacy at Yellow Rose Homestead. For my 40th birthday, got me a canner, so I just can them all. I want to start canning soups. Freeze weather is winter to you? Yeah. Yeah. You are from Texas. So. I want to say the black cherry, like we planted 5 or 6 black cherry tomatoes. Those are the ones that I just like to eat off the vine, like candy. The black crims are my big eating tomatoes. Those are the ones that feel like they're a little stunted right now. I think I got 6 of those, and then I think I've got 6 Romas. Romas are my big one because those are the ones I use in all my sauces and pastas, and so I want a lot of those. You do have 3 teen boys, that's true. Of course, I have Dad and Donald, and they do eat plenty. You can't wait for fall. I love fall too. I'm all about fall. It is my favorite season. One, Donald's not having allergy attacks like he's having. I think they're getting better now, but for like 3 weeks, it was just constant like drip and snot and sneezing, and it was just gross. But you get all the cool flavors. Like people talk about pumpkin and pumpkin spice in fall, but let me tell you, apple and apple cider, that is the flavor of fall. So I am excited about all the apple cider. Yeah. I don't think, Donald, do you have allergies in the fall? I don't. Why you keep calling you out like that? Because I watch you like snort snot all over the yard. It's gross. Dinner bell. All right. See you, Simply Southern Roots. Have a good one. Ooh, she says she does a mean vegetable soup canned. I'm going to have to bug her about that recipe. Yes, apple cider is the best drink. I would have to say, if I had to pick one drink as my favorite in the whole world, it is a good apple cider, preferably unprocessed apple cider. And then my second, my favorite alcoholic drink is a hard cider. So I'm all about apples. I think we've got, how many apple trees we got, Donald? We got 2. I feel like we need more. We've got 3 peach trees, 2 plum trees, 2 pear trees, 2 apple trees, 2 pecan trees, apparently a mulberry tree, 3 elderberry bushes, 1 hazelnut tree that I think died. I think the meat chickens beat it up. 3 grapevines. I'm actually going to try to make my first wine this year with the Concord grapes. I don't know that the other grapes will be ready in time for something this year, but next year I think they will be. You're in the 90s with almost 100% humidity. Ugh. Yeah, we hit 90 Tuesday when we were butchering rabbits or chickens, but I don't know that we hit 100% humidity yet. But humidity is gross. I could deal with the heat if it wasn't just so, like, it's like a wet blanket of gross when you're outside. So I keep talking about moving further north just to get away from the heat, but then you have a shorter growing season. So I feel like right now, Pennsylvania, Maryland, like this level of the country is the perfect area because you do get all 4 seasons and you get a decent growing season. But the catch is you get to deal with winter and then you get to deal with summer. I would like a longer growing season, which would be an advantage to moving south. But I don't want to deal with what y'all got down there, like fire ants, rattlesnakes. And we do have a Pennsylvania rattlesnake. We don't have fire ants. Scorpions, 100-degree weather, cockroaches that fly. I could go on. But then in the north, I don't want to deal with I don't want to deal with grizzly bears, and I don't want to deal with not being able to get to the grocery store because there's like 10 foot of snow on the ground. So I'll just stay right here in the middle. You take away winter and you get more growing season. Yeah. Quirky says, my daughter lives in Florida. I told her I'm never coming to visit, right? I went to visit my first husband in Biloxi, Mississippi when I was 18 or 19. I had just graduated. It was like, I had to be 18. It was the July after I graduated. And it was July. And it was right on the Gulf. He was stationed at an Air Force base down there. What was that? It started with a K. What, if anybody knows what the Air Force base is down there in Biloxi, I don't know. And I mean, I went out on the beach and the water was brown because it's like you know how Louisiana has like that one little slit of land and then there's the water and then there's like Biloxi. Well, I guess all the crap from that just gets stuck in that canal there. So it's so gross water there. But there were flying cockroaches. I walked outside. I mean, you got the real Crystal coming out. Yes, I cuss. I cuss a lot. I was married to a sailor. And now I'm married to Donald, who snorts snot all over the yard. Not seen a scorpion in 30 years. I've never seen one. And I don't want to break that record. I've seen that movie, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I don't want to deal with scorpions. So many bugs. Yeah. You do rocket it out. I've seen You create a faucet with your nose. I don't need to see that. Stacy says, I'm going to do a final fitting and then to bed maybe. Didn't sleep much last night. Sounds good. Remember, you owe us on Marco, the ladies, some sort of a little show, bridal show. So we can be your bridal party. Your, like, dress bridal party. So, you have big water roaches? Yeah. No thanks. They call these flyers palmetto bugs, but I know what they are. I can sing for you. What would you like me to sing for your wedding? Because we're going to be shutting this off here shortly. So I can go over to the broussage. Since it's your wedding week, I can sing you a song. Northeast Texas, they call them tree roaches. Yeah, they're pretty gross. Anything with the term roach in it, I want to avoid as much as possible. We've had wood roaches. You get that out this way, but you like that bluegrassy song, I think, is what you like. I can remember the words to it. All right, we'll try it, and then I'll end things and promote Yellow Rose Hempstead's channel as my channel to shout out since they're getting married Saturday. You have big wood roaches? Yeah, I think that's what we got too. I wish my baby was born and sitting on his papa's knee, and me, poor girl, were dead and gone, and the green grass growing on my feet. I ain't ahead, no, never will be, till sweet apple grows on a sour apple tree. But still I hope the time will come when you and I shall be as one. I wish, I need the words. I wish my love had died and sent his soul to wander free. Then we might meet where ravens fly. Let our poor bodies rest in peace. The owl is a lonely bird. It chills my heart with dread and terror. There's someone's blood there on his wing. Someone's blood there on his feather. There you go, Stacy. I'm so excited for your wedding Saturday. I hope it is a fantastic wedding. I will be watching. Mama Z posted the link to the wedding. It will be live on YouTube. I will be there in spirit and through the internet. And I couldn't be more happy for some of my best friends in the entire world, Chris and Stacy over at Yellow Rose Homestead, which is the channel I want to shout out. So if you could follow them, give them some love, watch their wedding, and just celebrate life and love in such a dark time right now. That said, I saw that Tim stopped by from Ridge Life. Hello, Tim. I did get the sad news. It wasn't like major sad news. It was more like we had lost a bunch of chickens overnight due to either a coyote or a fox. And then we lost our prize rooster, Sam, the one I've done videos about. And we think he just stopped eating. He lost a lot of weight really quick, and then we just found him yesterday in one of the nesting boxes dead. So he was kind of our pet, but he died. But, you know, life moves on. We've got other roosters that we're going to fall in love with, and we still had some meat chickens that we butchered on Tuesday. So, you know, we're not at a complete loss, which is good, but it just sucked for us. But I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. You lost all 10 of your chickens to a cat. I have never heard of a cat killing chickens. That's so weird. Where do we go to watch the wedding? Mama Z did, yeah, she just posted the link. So I will be there virtually supporting their nuptials, but I'm really excited about it. But check them out, give them some love, and definitely be there to help cheer them on and celebrate all this wonderful stuff going on. Maybe a bobcat, right? Yeah, I've never seen a cat do it, but I guess, you know, they are, from what Donald told me, there's like a stat out there that house cats are the most vicious of all the cats because they, what was the stat, Donald? Something like they kill more prey than any large cat. And they'll kill prey that's larger than them or something. I forget what the stat was, but house cats are apparently considered the most deadly because of how much they kill, and they kill for fun. I was like, well, that makes me not want to have a cat. It was a tomcat. We caught his stupid butt on camera. Oh, I'm going to have to go check out your video then. They're the most successful hunter. That's what it was. So, yeah, house cats. All right, guys, I'm going to head over to the Broussards. If you would like to join me to support them, we do what's called a Copper Kettle raid. Don't forget your thumbs up because it makes me happy. And, I mean, that's important, right? I will see you guys soon, and I'm going to try to catch up on all y'all's videos, especially when I get my laptop back so I can start putting out videos again and not use this crappy one. So, you guys take care, and I will see you next Thursday, 8:30 Eastern.